All right. I think we're back. We had a OBS crash there. So, yeah, I don't know what caused that. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. So, we're back, hopefully. So this is going to be two videos now. It was supposed to only be one, but OBS crash has now split this up into two different sections, but I did see the first video saved, so that's all right. The first stream saved, so this will be part two. Ace King suited down here. Not much we're going to do. And bear in mind, this is not peak times either. This is like not even close to peak times. And it's this fishy. So it could potentially get fishier. But nothing we can do here with the Ace King. We gotta give up. Yeah, we're not gonna be folding here. We will fold now though. What do you do with nines up here? This against that size we fold, and nines over here we also fold. So yeah. I think I'm gonna sit out again just because this crash is gonna throw me off a little bit. Kind of fucked me up a little bit, and I'm already a little slightly perturbed now, more than I was. Just thinking about everything. But that's all right. We'll get through it. But I'm gonna sit out again. All right, so let's get through this. Let's get through this next hour. Try and put the music back on. Maybe that's what made it crash. I don't know. Maybe I can't stream and stream a video at the same time, but we'll try it. Just see what happens. I don't think I have to have this open here, but I'll leave that. I'm just going to leave it. And we'll continue. Get through the hour, and then we can start fresh tomorrow. A little earlier tomorrow as well. Not going to be starting at like 9 o'clock to try and play 7 hours. It'll be 2 sessions tomorrow as well. Today ended up being 2 videos, but 1 session. I'm going to open 4s down here when we've got fish everywhere. Yeah, let's just bet. Let's just bet. Oh, that turn's not ideal. We get away with this work down here. That's nice. Get away with a river block here. Maybe he calls with a rivered queen. Maybe he calls with pocket 7s. I think we're going to check raise this time. It's just difficult. It's just a difficult spot with 1 pair. Oh, okay. Never mind. I mean, this is a spot where he's not really supposed to have 2 pair very often. I mean, yeah. What can I say? He played it well. That's what I can say. If that's a spot where he can have 2 pair, then he has shit tons of 1 pair. I think it's an okay play. Might be better if I had like 5-4. It would be better if I had 5-4 than pocket 4s, but blocking the set and the 2 pair instead of just having the gut shot. But I don't think I can. I'm not really that excited to call, given I'm almost always behind, or virtually always behind, I would say. Ace queen here, no spade against the 24-19 player. All right, we'll come along for a street. The only bad part about this is if it's one of these spots where he just bets pocket 7s, this play becomes not as attractive. But and there's pocket 7s. Yeah, just checking down the ace king. I didn't 4-bet this guy because he 3-bets 2%, so. Ace 4, okay. How do you, there's 500 hands. 500 hands, ace 4, and this guy just bets. This guy just bets flop with ace 6 and a limp pot. Turns a 3-outer. It's blows my mind. Mind blown. Mind blown. Maybe I should play later. It seems like the games are pretty good. Can't believe that guy in the pocket fours hand. I didn't expect. Can't believe he raised on that board with whatever he had. It's unreal. Now we got this spot. May or may not have been a good fold. I don't know. Maybe could have called turn fold river. We are going to 4-bet up here this time. Snap call. We get the snap call. We could go half pot. I'm going to go small though. We'll do that. And we'll go small again. With the ace of hearts in particular, I think this is something we want to do. Sizing wise at least. So we bet flop, bet turn. I think we have to bet this river again. Not thrilled to bet it, but we do block 8-9. What else do we block? Is that it? Yeah, I guess that's it. Gonna fold that time. Up here, not happy about this. This dude's gonna have a better pair than me a lot, but we're not gonna fold given the gut shot is there. It should be a horrendous turn for him, generally speaking, given his stats. Like, he just shouldn't really have that much ace-x. Do I have to bluff with sevens? What are we folding? Eights, nines. Eights, nines. What are my bluffs? I don't really have any. I guess I could have fours sometimes. Yeah, I'm gonna check. I don't even know if he folds eights or nines necessarily. He's certainly not gonna value bet them. He's not checking sets on turn. Guess you could have something like Jack 10 suited that bets flop, but that would be kind of random. What bluffs can he have here? Yeah, having trouble putting him on a hand here. What bluffs could he have? Does he turn fours into a bluff? Could he just have a hand like 8-9 suited or 9-10 suited? I don't know. Oh, he's got a set of jacks. Okay. Okay. Yeah, not bluffing. It's probably a bad call, but it's really hard to put him on a hand. Down here we have a set. Queen 10. All right. We win one. All right, we'll take it. Yeah, it's hard to put him on a hand like jacks. You would expect to 3-bet the button most of the time, although it doesn't always. But jacks are pretty unlikely when the river's a jack, obviously. I just couldn't put him on any hands. Couldn't put him on any hands. 0 hands made sense there. But jacks, looking back, the fact that he's a little bit nitty, or a lot nitty. He was like a 1917 type nit. So jacks make some sense. But what bluffs make sense? Like he'd have to be turning 4s into a bluff. It just never happening. It's a bad call. The only reason I called though is because I couldn't put him on a hand. But I think it's much more likely he has jacks or some sort of ace that shouldn't have bet the flop than it is he has a bluff. So when you look at it that way, that equals a fold. But it's just such a weird spot. I don't know. Such a weird one. We'll go down to this hand. It's his first 3-bet in 111 hands. So there's that. Not going to be surprised when it's aces. It's 10s. He cannot get there. Up here we got a very interesting river. I'm going to go for the block, I think. Could check also, but I don't know what he's really going to bluff with. What blockers could he have to bluff with here? Like, how does he have the ace of clubs in this spot? Could he... Ace 9 with the ace of clubs, I guess, but does he even call turn with that? Probably not. Could he turn a king into a bluff? Possibly. I don't know. I'm going to fold. Not sure I'm supposed to fold that, but we did. Very aggressive player as well, but he has to be... The problem is he has to be turning... I mean, we could be chopping. Like, that's the thing that could be happening. The problem is it's really hard for him to have a blocker there. Really hard for him to have a blocker. He won't have ace king. He won't have ace queen with the ace of clubs. He probably folds ace 9 with the ace of clubs on the turn, so he doesn't have that. If he has something like king 10, we're chopping. King 10 with the 10 of clubs. He can't have the jack of clubs. Something like queen jack is going to call and not bluff now, probably. Jack 10 may not raise the river. So what bluffs can he have? He'd have to be turning a king into a bluff. Like king 8 with the 8 of clubs or something like that. It's really the only way I can see him having a bluff there. It's probably just not happening enough. That's my guess. I call over here and fold the turn. Yeah, I mean, the only reason I even want to call there is because I block river, but even still, I just don't see how he comes up with the bluffs unless he's doing something really fancy, let's say. Just don't think it's happening. Two fish. Let's check down here. By down here, I mean down here. We'll check call. We turn a pair. Which may or may not be good. I mean, basically lose the sets. He can't have King X of Hearts. And the snap check. Alright. Not much I can do about that one. Have to check river. He had ace queen. He had absolutely nothing. There's another one of those guys. So this sucks up here. I think this was a back raise, I believe. Yeah, I'm gonna fold. You win. You win. He's Canadian. It's just gonna be aces a bunch. Gonna be kings as well. Gonna be, maybe even be ace king, but called a 3-bet when I should have folded on a different table. But this guy, 2017 8 on the button. Yeah, let's call ace queen suited. Up here, I was talking about. I got him labeled nit, but he doesn't look that. He doesn't look that nitty. I'm gonna try and bluff him off ace king. No. If he starts betting now, it's gonna be really weird. Yeah, it's really weird. Really weird. Something he shouldn't be doing with a hand like ace king now, but also he should just be betting flop with all sorts of stuff. What bluffs will he have here? Man, just nothing makes sense in these spots. Like, I can't make sense of this. I really can't. It's such a weird hand. Hope I don't get shoved on down here. That would suck. Got a lot going on. All right, there's one that goes our way. All right. Jack queen suited from those positions. Probably never a call with this rake, but it's neither here nor there. It's just got so much happening at once. I don't know. A lot of weird hands. We did win that one with ace queen, which was bizarre. I don't know what he had. Ace jack? That would also be weird if he had that, but he had 5-6 suited. Why? Okay, you 4-bet that once in a while. I could see that. Why aren't you betting flop, though? Why are you checking 6 high? I mean, it makes sense after the fact. It's just a weird play. That's all. Because in game, I couldn't put him on a hand. So, I don't know. In game. Just couldn't put him. Nothing made sense. Ace King makes no sense. Yeah, such a weird player pool, isn't it? I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm talking gibberish here. I'm gonna call here with 5s, even though something I never do, or shouldn't say never, but rarely. A little bit deeper. The guy's a 21-12, so if this checks through, we're gonna river a 5. I would say it's a virtual guarantee. The river's a 5 here. A virtual guarantee. Oh man. Stars let me down. It's a bit of a flurry of action there. I don't even know what happened in half these hands. That's one of the perils of 4-tabling. I don't know what happened. All I know is there's fish everywhere. That's all I know. And when I say everywhere, I mean everywhere. Talking foolishness, though. But nobody's here, so it doesn't matter. I'm gonna bet over here. I don't love this. Deeper stacked. I'm gonna do a fair amount of checking here, but King Queen with the King of Diamonds seems reasonable to bet. Don't know if it's that reasonable to barrel though. We'll check. Going slightly smaller here, given the fish is understacked, but I'm not sure that's... Not sure that really matters a whole lot. We do not get an ace high board. I am going to go half pot, though. Not a very favorable turn, but with this stacked pot ratio, there's absolutely nothing we can do but put it in and hope for the best. And 5-7 of clubs has us drawing absolutely dead. So, there you go. Not much you can do. Not much you can do. Give the fish his money and move on. I am going to check raise over here this time. And we're going to promptly give up on that turn, right? I mean, something like 9s or 10s is never going to fold. Even 5s, nav's never going to fold. 6s has us drawn dead. 7s has us drawn dead. 7-8 suited has us drawn dead. We're done. 9-10 suited gets there. Yeah, 4-5 suited gets there. Not a very good turn. A call down here this time. Troublesome. Potentially troublesome. Well, we're calling turn. Ace. Pipped. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. Must be nice. Must be nice. Down here, we have this. Just gonna bet. Hope he has 2 pair or something. And not ace jack. That would be real. That would be extra unfortunate. So we want him to call with some sort of 2 pair. King 10, Queen 10, 9 10, all of those. So we'll go with this size. Got the Jack 8. Able to get the chop against jacks. Limp call. Just the zoom is all that is. You gotta be used to that. People playing any 2 cards and either having the most amount of equity they can possibly have when you have a set or a big hand. Like double gutter with flush draw or something like that. Always a sweat. Slightly deeper here with jacks. This dude does like a 3-bet by the looks. We will call with the slightly deeper stacks. We don't flop a set. We do have the second nut flush draw though. That is a very interesting turn. What's going on here? Hey, boy, I don't know what to do here. Call, fold, raise? I'm gonna fold. It's just such a polarizing spot. Like, it's... The problem with that spot there is... If he has a pair, it's going to be with a diamond, I think. So it's likely to be ace-king with the ace of diamonds, or aces with the ace of diamonds, or just ace-jack. I don't think he bets one pair without the diamond. So what does he have then? What semi-bluffs? What hand makes natural barrel there? Nothing really from those positions. Yeah. So I think we're... Could be drawn dead. Because the jack might not even be an out. If he has aces with the ace of diamonds, we're drawn, to, I guess, to an ace. I guess we're not drawn dead, but pretty close. I don't know. Weird. Tough. He's got no offsuit aces from those positions. That's the problem. I just don't think he's barreling that turn with ace queen of hearts. Or even ace king of hearts on that. I mean, that's a horrendous turn for one pair. So I think he's already got the flush. Maybe a set would do that, and just he's like, oh, fuck it, I got a set. I'm 3-bet pot, a set and a 3-bet pot. I don't care what the board is. I'm never gonna fold it. There are people that play that way, especially these stakes. So I think you'll find that's what he has is sets and aces with a diamond, the ace jack that's left, ace jack suited, and then not much else. Ace king with the ace of diamonds that he's also saying, ah, fuck it, I'm just going with it. It's just hard to find any natural bluffs when there's no naked ace of diamonds there. And we don't beat a pair with the ace of diamonds. That's part of the issue. So I'm expecting to pay, I think I said $56 in rake is what I was expecting, I believe. How much have I paid so far? I paid 46. And I was expecting 56. I was gonna pay another $10 in 34. It's not a big enough sample though to really know. Be going for 3.5 hours, you might as well say. So we'll be close to that, somewhere in that range, give or take. Give or take. I'm gonna sit out again. It's because I can. I called down here because the draw is to the nuts. And if we do happen to bank a 5, we could win the whole stack from a fish, so that's why we did that unusual sort of move. 224. Oh, this dude just rips it over and open. Man, these games are absurd. 224 divided by 3.5 equals 60. Yeah, we're getting way less per hour than I would have expected. 64. I'd expect closer to 75 in the long term. So, not sure why. I mean, we've had some big pots. I don't know why it's so low. Maybe it's because I'm not playing as many hands because I'm talking so much, perhaps. But I'll be back. Alright, hopefully it's not froze. I don't think it is. About a half hour left tonight to get to the 4 hour mark. I'm gonna take less breaks from now on, like when I play tomorrow, but I'm a little keyed up this session for some reason. Not getting as many hands per hour as I need either. Probably from just talking too much. Streaming is a little slower than playing normal, but I think you play better when you stream too, so there's that. I wonder what set he's got. I think sevens would be my guess. Sevens would be my guess. I'm gonna check. Not because I'm scared of sevens, but try and protect some of my give ups, which I'll have some on this board. Such a kind of a bad river in the sense that my hand looks exactly like ace king. Gonna bet fold. And there's no more thought needed than the fact that he just has no bluffs when he does this. So I just knew we were gonna lose that one. I could see it happening. It's always a bad river. You're gonna get check shoved on. All sorts of stuff is gonna happen like that. Over here, I don't really know anything about this guy. I don't love these positions. Lovely plot. We beat absolutely nothing now. We beat absolutely nothing. I'm gonna fold and straight up fold. Here we do have the nuts for now, but check river. That's what I would do with everything, and obviously he has nothing somehow. It's king 10. Okay. Ace is down here. We got an overcaller this time. We'll check. Ace king up here. We plop absolutely nothing. We'll check as well. Down here we'll do this. It's just zoom. That's all it is. Just zoom. Forgot to start the timer. That's nice. Yeah, it's just unreal. Just unreal. I mean, that ace's hand, he could have jacks, he could have tens, he could even have queens in that spot. He could even river a king. He could even just have like king queen suited or something. Just have any of these hands. They somehow just have the nuts. I don't know how they do it. I just don't know. They can do it with any hand. And if they don't have the nuts, they have like almost 50% equity with no pair when you get it in. I don't understand. The consistency of it is what I don't understand. It's just zoom though, I guess. Same thing on GG. It's the same, exactly the same, even though it's not. But yeah. Huh. Bit deeper up here with the sixes against this guy who likes a 3-bet, that's for sure. We do not flop a set. That's a shame. And we're going to get a check fold. Is that what's going to happen? Probably. That would be kind of hilarious. Yeah, he's got ace high of some sort. I'm guessing. Wonder if we can make him raise an overpair if he has one. I don't think he's going to raise if we... I mean, he could also just have ace king that decides to call or decides to spaz. Like that. So I think that's a good bet size for multiple reasons. It's a shame though, whatever it was, 100, 250 blinds deep, he couldn't have the aces one time. Can't play on you can't switch to GG for softer games. There's no way GG is softer than this. It's impossible. Not at these stakes anyway. Maybe when you go up a little higher, maybe like at 200 it's a bit. You might see a difference, but absolutely no way it's softer than this. Impossible. Weird spot here. Well, now we're playing the board. No real reason to bet that I can think of, unless he just has something like Queen 10 or Queen Jack. But, I mean, he's playing every hand, so he just could have, yeah, I mean, he could just have that. 5-4 offsuit. That he chooses not to bluff. But we gave him a chance. Same guy up here. Deep with him this time. Hopefully this guy doesn't 4-bet, because this is a ridiculously nice spot against a fish. Nice hand to have at 200 blinds deep. When he min 4-bets. Not a very nice flop though. On to the next, as they say. I'd like to make half the hands they make against me when I actually have something. I would love for that to be a thing. Like the hands I folded, the pocket eights I folded earlier in that 3-bet pot, that full house. The aces I folded down there a minute ago. There's 2 or 3 other folds that they're just not making, but it just doesn't happen. I did have, what did I have? I had a set against I guess, you know, I mean, he didn't even have a pair, but I don't know. Man, really strange. Really strange. Variance works in mysterious ways. I can take the beats and stuff like that. The one where I had the kings and you had the 7-5 like that. That's gonna happen. It's the Stars Depression that gets me. Gonna have to 4-bet over here against this guy. Got no choice. He's 3-betting too much. Yeah. Just gonna call up here, and I mean he will have king queen and ace queen, but there's nothing I can do. He'll also have 8-9. Ooh, down here we get this. Is this just queen 10 like every time? Maybe. I don't think we ever win, so I probably should have just folded, but ace jack. I mean, I don't know if ace jack even does this. Queen 9, just turning a 9 into a bluff for reasons unknown. And over here we get this spot. This is nice. Some kind of some kind of fish. So this went 3-bet pot. I checked the flop. Check flop. He bet turn. He actually overbet turn. And now he's overbet river. I think this one's pretty. I mean, it's a reasonable hand to bluff catch with, having the jack of spades and the 2 jacks. What could he have? Ace queen with this spade. Yeah, just don't have enough hands on him to know. Don't know. Not super thrilled there. Obviously, hopefully I was on the right table, but. So we got kind of a nitty looking guy down here. Potted turn. And doesn't overbet river. Just never bluffing though, is he? Dude's just gonna have a 7, I guess. But nit or not, he could still have pocket 5s or something. Yep, pocket 5's alright. Jack 9. Don't think I can fold though once I make. I mean, the pair on the river is irrelevant for the most part, but not necessarily. Like he could potentially do that with something like jacks or 10s if he's. How do I have a queen other than ace queen? I guess so. Painful stuff. Painful stuff. It's weird. You think I hate poker the way it kind of goes, but I don't. I don't hate the game. I hate this site though. Always have. Always will. Pains me to play here. It pains me to play against fish and not do well. Pain, real pain. So what do we got here? 4-5 gets there. 5-6 is probably not going to bluff. We do block Jack, Queen, and Queen 10. I'm going to fold. So, yep. Yeah, that's the pain. It's not even really and that's really messed with my mindset as well, because when you think about it, it's like, well, if the games are this fishy and you're sort of struggling, how can you be a good player and struggle in these games? How is that possible? It seems impossible to me. Ace Jack down here, we 3-bet, gonna check. I mean, yeah, gonna check. Is this kind of a way ahead, way behind situation? And, yeah, I only got 27 hands on him anyway, but... Yeah, we'll half pot turn. Gonna give up down here. The speed at which this guy called the turn is ridiculous. He's got an ace 100% of the time. It's the worst time. That's one of the worst timing tells I've ever seen. And maybe I shouldn't really barrel there. I would have continued on a club maybe, but even then it's kind of a low frequency, I would say, if any frequency. But I mean, I don't expect to log in every day and win like every single day. So I don't think I over expect. I don't know. I don't know, maybe. I refuse to believe it's the fact that it's Zoom just because of... I mean, this is probably softer than any reg table on the whole fucking site, honestly. Just baffles me. I can't figure it out. I'm baffled. Is this nitty guy gonna show up with... I guess we'll see. No pair, I suppose. Yeah. And my mind has started going places it shouldn't be going. I think it's normal, though. I don't think anybody would react differently. Anybody who's into poker or has played a bit, I think they would have the same sort of what the hell's going on kind of mentality. Or not mentality, but sort of issues. That's not a good river down here. A lot of his 6x and 7x is going to be with spades. We beat... I mean, this hand's just never a triple barrel, I don't think. But we beat 8-9. I just calls flop, turns a jack. That's nice. Also over here we've got a massive fish who's just potted it into us on this board. Meanwhile, down here we have a set still. You're supposed to overbet this turn a bit. I just called flop. And this guy just folded. He does overbet. Okay. Well, I mean, such a bad river because a lot of my continuing range is going to be King X of diamonds. When he overbets the turn. Can't avoid the diamond, huh? Can't do it. He might have bluffed if it wasn't the diamond river, maybe. I mean, you can't get perfect runoffs all the time, but you should, for some stretches, you should go a long stretch being like, man, what a nice river card. Man, what a nice river card. Up here, we're going to have to 4-bet ace-king suited. This dude's very active. We are deep as hell, but check over here. Queens is a nice hand to check raise. It likes the protection. We're gonna raise here, obviously. Down here we also raised. Back over here. I mean, nobody died in this. Well, not yet. In this session, I guess you could look at it that way and be like, but that's a kind of a sad way to have to. Kind of a sad way to have to exist. To think, well, it wasn't worst case. It could be worse. He could be dead, or whatever. What a mindset to have, huh? That's how you have to look at it to get through it, sort of thing. We tree bet the 4-5 suited. We do have a club on board and a 3. So we'll do this. Fold into a raise, obviously. Well, that qualifies as a decent turn. Do we want to bet or do we want to check? Man, getting jammed on here would really suck. Yeah, I'm going to check. Having to bet, I can't bet fold this. I have to, I would have to bet called it. Do we shove? Do we raise small? I think it gets to fish that has Every 8-9, every king-9 suited, possibly even ace-king is not off the it's not off the cards that he has ace-king, fish, flat, ace-king all the time. I hate this spot here. Dude's not crazy loose either. I'll do this. Maybe he folds ace king. Maybe he check folds ace king. I doubt it to one bet, but this is a spot where we should just never get shoved on. So this one I don't mind betting as much. Because he should just not have a shoving range here. And now we get to rip the river because it's a 5 straight. I don't know what 9x he could have. 8-9, I guess. That would be something he could have. He did have a 5, so he's... I mean, we chopped it still, but how does this happen? Somebody tell me how this happens. I mean, that should be something that... He 3-bets ace-5 suited. Check calls 4-8-6. I got the heart blockers. I mean, I got him absolutely crushed. Absolutely crushed. He needs an offsuit 7, offsuit 5. And the only card that he's even going to be comfortable on is the offsuit 7. The offsuit 5, if that's 5 of spades, he's folding the turn. Or 5 of clubs, whatever. Just unbelievable how they can do this with such a effortless consistency. Just I don't know. I don't know. It just doesn't matter what cards they have. Even in situations where they should never have certain hands. Like how does he have a 5 there? He's 3-bet from the big blind. And check called the flop. I guess he could have 5-6 suited once in a while. Sick part is, if the river's the 5 of hearts, he probably still calls with a chop. Man, this is just absolutely messing me up in the mind. Absolutely. Absolute mindfuck. That's what this is. Bad river up here. It's a limp pot. Bad turn down here. Now we're chopping with everything. Except a 7. We do lose to a 7. Ace deuce. Would have paid 3 streets, but you can't get it. I guess it's better than him hitting a deuce, I suppose, but don't know. They get away with a lot. That's all I can say. They just get away with a lot. So we're deep over here against this guy who just had the ace X hand a minute ago. Ace 5. This is the Ace 5 guy. Played his hand in a kind of a weird way. Gonna peel flop. Pocket tens would be better, but I think he has to worry that I have queens and jacks here a bunch, so I don't expect to get barreled too absurdly often. And I do have those hands, so nines will be the first to hit the muck. Uh, 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 uh. A lot of variance. Maybe I'm overreacting as well. Maybe it's not as bad as I think. Could be that too. I don't know. Maybe it's could be. It could be. Anyway, it's almost over for this session, so that's nice. Made some good folds today, I think, so far. I folded over pairs and full houses and straights and stats, and it just doesn't seem like you should have to do that 6 times in 4, like once an hour, twice an hour, whatever it is, every single session. It just doesn't seem like it should. It just doesn't seem normal to me. Just but it has to be. What's this dude up to? Small blind, yeah. We'll go for the 4-bet. Might as well. Not been all in much this session, pre-flop anyway. This is one of these you virtually guaranteed to lose this somehow. You just don't win these very much. Get like the Queen of Spades turn, or just like a 10 or whatever. It's like worst turn in deck. Or he just has jacks already. Usually how these go. There you go. Ace of Spades is pretty. I mean, you should never have Queen 10. Should never have Queen 10. Doesn't mean he's not going to. Flushes. Yeah. Do we go all in or do we bet small? He's got 9, 10 of spades, 7, 8 of spades. Queens with a spade would make some sense. Ace jack suited. Ace queen also makes some sense. I think we're going to go something like that. I don't know. Fully expecting to lose his hand somehow, though. Ace queen it is. No spade. Yeah. You know when you're tilted about winning hands, there's something fucky going on. This blows my mind. Anyway, that's going to do it for this session. A bit of complaining towards the middle and end there. Started strong, finished on a pretty finished on a pretty sad note in terms of mentals, as they say. But at least we finished. We can get better at the mental game, maybe. Gonna have to power through and just do it, even though it's a bit painful and no fun whatsoever. It'll never be fun playing against fish and not doing well, ever. For long, extended, it'll just never... It's not fun live when that happens. I've had extended stretches live where you just... Not like this. Not like happens on Stars, but... Like, I've never sat down at a card table with people playing any two cards and thought, I wonder if I'm better than them. Ever. My entire life. And I've played in plenty of games where they do that live. With drunk people who can't even see the table. And stuff like that. So... Never questioned whether I had an edge. Stars have questioned if I... It's amazing. It's amazing. So I'd say it's my broken mindset, but if I don't do it live, how is it broken? I don't know. It's pretty horrendous turn there, isn't it? Yeah. Did we get to value bet here? I mean, having the king is bad. Now, if we had something like... Obviously, ace queen we're going to bet. But if we had something like pocket queens, it would be much better. Because the king is... Yeah, I'm going to check. Yeah, I don't think you can call with that. Blocking the king is not good when we have the straight. We want him to have something like king jack. I guess we don't block king jack with the king of diamonds. I didn't really think of that, though, until it was too late. But doesn't matter. Hands over. We're moving on. I'm going to update my little hours thing here. What do we got going on here? Pot size bet. Oh, look at that turn. Alright. Hard to play the game on Star. I'm telling you, it just is. It just is. You just don't get very many good situations. They don't, I mean, even that ace queen one, where he had ace queen, I mean, that... I mean, I mean, that was a 4-bet pot, so it was, but it's just always the most connected, crazy connected runoffs. Just seems like they're rampant. Anyway, I'm going to end this now. So, I'll be back tomorrow.